what are some of the other elements when it comes to selecting the choke that can potentially change that? You know, we have the difference in flush chokes versus extended chokes. Let's start there. Like, what are the pros and cons to both of them, and your thought process as to your personal preference?
Well, I'll start with my personal preference because that biases everything else I'm fixing to say. I never shoot flush chokes unless I just can't get anything else at the time. Extended chokes, they're easy to swap in and out. You don't need a wrench to do so. They protect the muzzle of your gun. You got to lean up against a truck and it falls over and it whacks into whatever. If it hits the choke tube, well, you can replace the choke tube pretty quick. But if it waxed into your barrel, now you got a bent barrel.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. You can easily identify what kind of chokes and any, what constriction. At least with Trulock brand, we mark all of our chokes on the head if they're extended. And typically, and this may take it takes a lot of shooting to prove this out, but typically extended chokes will shoot a more evenly distributed pattern uh, and slightly tighter as well. Um, so there's that going for it.
Which we saw today, which we sent one load through
Right.
an extended choke just to compare, and that's the result that we saw.
And I would not put. I would discount that. If you told me you did that, I'd say you haven't learned anything because we saw that,
Right.
from shot to shot on a couple of these things. We had first shot was horrible, and the second shot was like, man, that was really good with the
Mm-hmm.
same load, same choke. Uh, but when I say more evenly distributed and slightly tighter, that can take 20, 30, 40 shells
To
to
really see.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
I just prefer extended chokes for several reasons. Now, a lot of folks don't. And as we saw, from shot to shot, you may not see much difference at all. Cylinder bore flush versus cylinder bore extended. But over time, you will see some difference.
Yeah. You told me that, when we first talked about it, is your preference for extended chokes. And I couldn't help but laugh and snicker a little bit just because of the you know, looking down our nose as uplanders at the side by sides, double gauge shotguns. It's like some people, it's almost sacrilege to put extended chokes on a good looking side by side.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys.
Functionality.
I could care less.
Well, so how many times when you're talking to people, again, back to your customer service, and you're talking to all these people that are wanting custom chokes, how much of it does looks come into play a part on this?
Uh, that's hard to say. Some folks are like me and they just they want something that works. Don't really care what it looks like, and some folks want they want the latest and greatest shiniest thing they can get.
They want 6 inch long extended
Yeah,
chokes with
yeah,
portholes in it.
yeah. So it's really that's a tough call. I wouldn't even care to guess on that. Most of the time, customer calls and they've already got something in mind. Um, if they already know exactly what they want, then hey, great, that's what I'm going to send you. But if they kind of got an idea what they want, but they're what do you think about it? Then I'm going to tell them what I think they need to get the best result, regardless of what Scott likes. If I'm going to give them what I think they need.
When